What's up, everybody? So I got the replacement bumpers earlier, and I'm gonna try and put them on the controller now and see how that goes. Right off the bat, they definitely seem like they're of a higher quality than the first set that I received. The only thing in the package were the bumpers, and that was it. They came with a little screwdriver, which is pretty much exactly the same, one of those little security T8 or whatever size bit it is. But it just came with that, and it just came with the bumpers, so no other plastic bumpers. Is a little bit cheaper, not much, but the first set was, I think, $12.99, and it came with pretty much every button except the one little piece that you'll see, I'll point out, that I lost. It's an easy piece to lose when you take apart an Elite controller, so be very aware if you do that that piece can disappear. I will put a link to the part that I ended up using in the description. This isn't anything particularly against the other company, but Izzy, you just want to make a cameo in every video? Yeah? Alright. So anyway, I'm definitely willing to trade off better quality for one part than lower quality for a bunch of parts. It just kind of makes sense. It's the only part that I needed. If I didn't mention before in the previous video, I don't think that I did, the original parts, you could tell they were probably all printed or molded together. You know how you'll sometimes, if you get a plastic, you know how the plastic pieces can come in like a little framework, and each big piece is sort of attached to the framework, and then you kind of bend them to break off the plastic because it's designed to be, broken and punched out of those things. It was like the pieces had little extra bits of plastic on them from that process, and that the manufacturer did not clean up those pieces very well, which also resulted in, because those pieces in the controller are so tightly, they fit in there very tightly. They're pretty confined, so any little extra bits of plastic hanging off of them may cause issues. So, and that's definitely what I ran into, in addition to just the quality issue where it just wasn't working the way it was supposed to begin with. But anyways, this piece seems seems like a much higher quality, so let's see how this goes. They seem to be the same for the most part, from what I can tell, but I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just an illusion because this is more of a light gray plastic. This one's obviously the black newer plastic, so I can't tell if it deceptively looks slightly thicker for that reason, or if it's actually a little bit thicker. But I don't know if this is going to last much any longer than this one, so we'll see. But okay, so these bumpers feel better than the other set that I purchased. Even the plastic, they had that plastic over top, so that actually was kind of a nice little addition. So it shows that they care. They didn't want it to get scuffed up. But something else that I noticed on the other pieces was, these all kind of come out of a mold or 3D printed or whatever, and the other one had little jagged edges still left over. I even had to break off a piece of plastic or two so that I could get it to fit back in the where it was supposed to go. So it just wasn't made very well. This definitely feels like this is made better. So let me see if I can, because this was a pain to get the first one in, so let me see if I can get the next one in. I kind of had to make sure that this was separated a little bit from here. So there's these little these things. This piece right here, this is what depresses the actual button. So the shoulder buttons are actually here and here. So these little areas that these pieces of plastic have to slide into. If I could get this in front of the camera. This little piece of plastic that sticks out right here. These go in there. So okay, so this actually fits into here. And I got cat hair and dog hair all over everything because that's the way my house is. Let's see here. Okay, so there. So now that kind of fits in there like that. If you can tell, if that makes sense. Hopefully everything's in focus. because there's two little pegs that go inside there. And then this whole piece kind of, it's difficult to get it on the way it needs to go on. It's obviously not designed. You got to make sure your shoulder buttons can depress all the way, because they will get caught when things are apart like this. So what I found, at least last time, was keeping these pushed down. Okay, so you kind of have to hook the bottom, these pieces in, and make sure that you get that USB port kind of situated correctly. And then you got to make sure that those plastic pieces I pointed out are sliding where they should. This is not the easiest thing in the world. See, this piece is over top, so I need to make sure that goes in there. So, okay. And there's some other pegs. These pegs go into a little slot. So now you kind of have to be forceful with it. Oh, well, I definitely need this button in here. So I'm glad I noticed that. And this just kind of slides in. It's almost impossible to get that wrong. The main thing would be just simply forgetting to put it in. Okay, so let's try this again. Make sure that all the plastic parts are sliding into the slots they're supposed to slide into. Okay, I think I have everything in where it needs to go. Now this is kind of the tough part. Oh, okay, well it was really easy. That's the type of click. Both of them are clicking the way they should. There, okay. I ordered some new pieces, hopefully to fix that issue where this was coming up so easily. I ordered these guys, and it came with these new pieces, hoping that it would solve that issue, but clearly it doesn't. So what I did, I saw another video online, of course, where a guy put little pieces of cotton inside the in here, basically to just keep this from, this piece from pulling up and down. He kind of filled that extra space that was in the the end of this hole with a little bit of cotton, and it actually seemed to work. So see, if if I put this back in here, and I think I did it in both, but this one has a little bit more. So put that on there like that, put this one on here like that, put this on, that's better. Yeah, so you see that? So not nearly the same amount of movement. That was more annoying than anything else, that it would do that. Shouldn't do that. I mean, that's the point. You shouldn't have to do these things. That's really what it comes down to. So, okay. And then of course, yeah, missing that. Still sad about that. Okay, so then, am I forgetting anything? Am I forgetting anything? Screw in the easiest. Oh, there's that, so that's good. This, there we go. Accessories. Left stick. Oh, it feels weird. Oh no. See what it's doing there? It's getting stuck. Okay, screw it, let's just try. Doesn't always go back. It actually sort of rests slightly to the right. This is bad. This is just plain and simple bad. Why is this like this? For the price you pay, it's not worth it. This is garbage. Alright, so I'm gonna play now. Let's see how this goes. All right, so what do we think about this whole situation? I mean, I don't know. I'm a little bit torn because I was able to make the fix. Everything went well. I mean, for the most part, all things considered, the controller works. It functions. It seems to function as it should. There's definitely a little issue there with one of the thumbsticks, and it's definitely not something that I did, or at least I'm led to believe it's something that I did that changed that. These controllers, you can look online. Plenty of people have problems with those thumbsticks. They have problems with drifting, all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm literally having a problem with that thing raising up and down. So all of that leads me to believe that that is not an issue that was caused or created by me. I didn't test it before I took it apart to make sure it wasn't doing that, so that's kind of my full disclosure portion. It could very well be something that I did, but I highly doubt it. But most importantly, that issue of it kind of, moving it to the side and not completely always coming back to rest in its, very centered home spot doesn't seem to affect gameplay. At least it's nothing that I've noticed. Now, it doesn't mean that problem won't get worse, but it wasn't affecting anything overall. Again, the fix was successful. So if you guys want me to do a little bit more of a thorough job of explaining how to fix this, I can absolutely do that. I'll link to some videos that I watched to kind of give me a better sense. The most difficult part for both removing and putting back on was that centerpiece that goes around the Xbox button itself. And it's a little finicky to get those bumper buttons seated correctly and then getting that other piece on. So I can go into more detail if any of you guys are interested, because that was the one part that some of the videos I think didn't explain as thoroughly as I wish they had explained. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. And I also got this. Also got this thing. So this is a third party. This is the battery for my wife's Apple Watch, the replacement. So I'm still waiting on all the little tools and parts because I'm pretty sure I ordered a kit to help me get the thing apart. I already own a heat gun because from the video that I've watched, you need to heat up the watch. The guy heats it up to the point, and I can link to that too. The guy heats up the watch to the point where he can't really touch it to loosen some of the glue or adhesive or whatever, because you have to get in through the screen. So I got the battery, so hopefully I get the parts to take it apart here soon, and I'll do that video as well. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.